Someone told me of a place that you could go where there's no telephones, no alarm clocks to wake you up in the morning, no sounds of traffic of the hustle bustle world, just you and nature at its best. That place is called the Appalachian Trail. I went there once. This time I'm taking you along. Join me on Appalachian Trail Adventures. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to try to get everything situated. The biggest part of this is getting the preparation. So the best thing to do is make some lists. And I've got a few lists that you can take a look at. And this is for summertime backpacking through this one section of the trail. And there is several food stores along the way, and especially when you get to Cloverdale and Trowville and Buck Cannon. So there's plenty of places to get resupplied along the way, all the way to Catawba. So if you want to follow these lists, this is what what I'm going to be carrying preferably in my pack, because the last time I tried this I actually had 65 pounds of backpack, and I'm down to about 35 now. So we're going to try it this way. So you don't have to do this. This is just my setup. So. The Appalachian National Scenic Trail, AT, is a public footpath that follows more than 2,100 miles of the Appalachian mountain ridgelines between Maine and Georgia. There are several roads that cross it at varying intervals, giving ready access to the trail. The trail is protected along more than 99% of its course by federal or state ownership or right-of-way. It was designed, constructed, and marked in the 1920s and in the 1930s. By volunteer hiking clubs brought together by a volunteer-based nonprofit, Appalachian Trail Conservancy, or the ATC. Formed in 1925 and based in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, ATC works in partnership with the National Park Service, the USDA Forest Service, states, and local communities. A super trail had been talked about in New England hiking circles in the early 1900s. The AT evolved from the 1921 proposal of Massachusetts regional planner Benton McKay to preserve the Appalachian crest as a wilderness belt, a retreat from urban life. The old clubs that united behind McKay, plus new clubs formed specifically to advance the AT idea, concentrated on hiking aspects of his vision under the leadership of Myron Avery, ATC chairman from 1931 to 1952. The club's two federal agencies, states, and a Depression-era Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, combined forces to open up a continuous trail by August 1937. But hurricanes and highway construction and all the demands of World War II undid those efforts until 1951, when all the sections were finally relocated, opened, and marked for all the hikers. In 1968, National Trail System Act made the AT a linear national park area and authorized funds for the NPS and the USDA Forest Service and states to protect the entire route with public lands. The goal is to preserve the trail and to provide a place for visitors to enjoy the very scenic, historical, natural, and cultural resources of this one-of-a-kind park. The section of trail that we're hiking is from Arcadia in Botetourt County near Buchanan to Catawba Mountain and over it to Dragon's Tooth over next to the Craig County line. It's a total of 56.4 miles. So come on along, we'll have some fun. Now the last time that I did this trek, I had a friend that went with me. His trail name is Rocky. My trail name is Ghost Rider. We used our CB handles from when we was on Channel 4 in Virginia. And he had problems with his feet. And we hiked from this area of Jennings Creek before, many times. He did it himself, I've done it myself, and hiked to Catawba. Well, this time we hiked from Catawba all the way to Dragon's Tooth. And we went from Dragon's Tooth the next morning and left and went all the way to Sarver's cabin. Now Sarver's cabin, which was no longer a cabin, or it is now called Sarver's Hollow, there's a brand new shelter there that I helped build with the Virginia Tech and the Roanoke Appalachian Trail Clubs. And they're very nice facilities. So far all the facilities that I've been through in this section of Central Virginia are really nice. And all you got to do is respect everyone around you and respect the nature and just leave footprints. Whatever you pack in, pack it back out. Getting ready to take off on this trek. Today is July 5th. Time is 9:13 in the morning, and I'm getting ready to get everything set up. I just got through setting up this little rig that I got, so we can do some body shots and whatnot. I think we're gonna have a good trip. Now you get ready to come along. Oh, so you thought that I was going to take that. No, I'm not going to take that. Go take it. Because this guy is sick. And it's going to be a long time before I get sick. You? Yes, it is.
Hey, everybody. The old man's trail.
That's the other producer. Anyway, we're going to shut this thing off and we'll see you at the trailhead. Now we're on part of the trail here. Now right there's when I'm getting ready to climb. That's where I just came from. And the river's down there at the bottom. So, let's see what happens. They said there's no water up the shelter, so we'll have to conserve water from this point on. Go from there. See you on the other side. Right. Yeah, which one? Here's the first switchback that I've encountered. Runs here, goes across another trail, and shoots on across the mountain, leaving Jennings Creek. And I'm still in the Jennings Creek area, so we'll see what other obstacles await us on the other side. Now, I'm on top of the ridge now, and there's a mountain over there. And then you look through the trees here, and there's a mountain over there. That's where I'm going. That's Purgatory Mountain. This over here is where Arcadia is. And as you can tell by the rocky outcroppings across the top of the ridge here, I'm at the top of the mountain. And I'm going to eat me some energy and finish heading to the shelter. But at least one part of my trek is done for this section. So we'll get things set up. That was a heck of a climb. Whew, boy, let me tell you what. Hope not to have to do that too many often times for a full pack of one. But yeah. This time we're rough. If you want to see a view, take a look at this view. That's one hell of a view. And I'm right inside these rocks right here on the edge. The trail's right here. Anyway, I get up there to the shelter, and I set down my pack, and I walk over to the shelter and sit down, and reach over there and grab the logbook, grab it out of the plastic wrapper, grab the pen, and I get it open, and I start looking through it, thumbing through it, see if there's anybody I knew, or see if there's any stories in there of anything going on, or if somebody I know is on the trail would left me a message, or if there's any messages I need to pass along the way, or if there's just general conversation that's a funny story or whatever. Because, you know, it don't really matter. A lot of messages you get while you're reading the book are just messages passed along to other hikers. It's a total different atmosphere and camaraderie when it comes to the people that you meet up there on the trail. You get a few bad apples along the way, but 9 times out of 10, they're good people. So if you do happen to see a logbook, which you should see one at every shelter or every trailhead, leave a message and enjoy your hike. Talk about some wild experiences. I've never been to a place like this where there's a soul out here, minding my own business, turn around, and no sooner than I turn around, I'm looking around and there's a deer standing in my camp. That's just too awesome. You just can't, there's no way to express how much you appreciate this until you actually go out and do it and see this stuff. Tomorrow's going to be a long trek. It's 5 miles. So we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to sit here and enjoy the sun going down over here at Cove Mountain Shelter. Well, it's morning 2, and look at the score I found. Right here in the middle of black blueberry country, wild blueberries. Let me show you. There's one right there, and I'm 1 mile down. Yeah, see a road now. That looks like down there. You see it or not? 43 down there. About ready to find out. We're on the south side of the ridge right now, so we'll see. One hell of a mountain. We're looking at a valley right here. And that's what I mean by pig path. Stuff like that. The tiny things. But they work. And here's another wild edible. Reindeer moss. This is where the trail comes out from Catawba. from Arcadia. And come across that way. Then we go across the road, and then we go to a water source, because there's no water source at Cove Mountain Shelter. Well, made it all the way down here to 43 to the water source. And then I resupply my water. So dehydrated right now, I'm about halfway to pass out. Anyway, refill my water and let it rest here a little bit, give my knee a break, and then climb all of that. Get to the next shelter. See you then. That's where I'm at now. I'm going across the road, hitting the trail, going to Bob's Gap. See you later. Well, this is where I'm at. And right over there is Pizzola. There's the valley down below. And I'm getting ready to go across the trail over here to Boblet's Gap. 0.86 miles. Sounds good to me. That's where the next shelter is, so I'll see you then.